So today we're going to talk about home selling models. Now, this is a little esoteric, but I think you're going to love it when you see what's actually going on in real estate. Now, as you know, most sellers, whether they're the online models, whether they're traditional real estate, discount people, most realtors, most selling professionals tell you that you need to price your home at the market or below so you can get multiple offers to sell your home. I completely agree with that. That does happen. It happens almost all the time. Last year in California, it happened 66% of the time. There was a period of time in the spring where it was up to 74% of the homes were getting multiple offers. That's because realtors priced them low, see them go. Now, the nice thing about it is that you get multiple offers, and if you don't rush yourself, so I'd say it's very, very important to not accept offers right away. Say we're going to look at them for 7 to 10 days. We're going to look at them after our open house, after our big open house weekend. And we're doing that because we already told some buyers we're going to wait until they come in from out of town. Make it a truthful story, but make it a reason. Now, that way, you don't have to look at the first 3 that come in and try to negotiate those 3 up to the top price. You get the full benefit of your marketing, and hopefully it covers the basis. And we're going to talk about the best realtor marketing in 2 videos from now in this series. The series is available. It's a free series. It's available at winnerscheck.com/videos. winnerscheck.com/videos. Absolutely free series. I've sold over 200 homes as a real estate broker. California Association of Realtors asked me to train realtors in multiple offers. I've referred out family, friends, dozens and dozens of people over time. And Google used to love me as a real estate attorney. When I had my office in Del Mar, I got calls all the time. I got calls from people trying to get out of their listing contracts because the listing agent had multiple offers and said highest and best and chased them all away. This comes to you from just tons of experience. Really, 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 truly talk your realtor into having an offer acceptance period and why. And say at the end of the period, we are going to evaluate offers this way. Don't chase away your strongest buyer, and we'll cover that in further videos. So now, let's talk about the models. The real estate model employed by traditional real estate agents, and they're even called realtor boards, is because in the old days, before technology, the realtor boards, the listing realtor would go in and say, look, I've got a 6% contract. I'm willing to share the money from my principal with you. We're looking to sell at this price. And there'd be a bunch of realtors who had buyers who were working with buyers and say, this was like a Dutch auction model method. Here's the price. We're starting here. Nothing happened. And they lower the price and finally said, I think I have someone who might pay that around that price. Let's get them together and see what happens. So it was like the flower auctions and that we've heard about. And we absolutely, I love this stuff. I love discussing pricing theory and auction models. There's papers on the internet that I've studied that talk about optimal time. It was funny because I was going crazy when I was like, that's what I've been saying for years. They talk about the risk on the seller when they have a short time period to sell and what the optimal time period was. One of the papers I think they said about 7 to 14 days. It might have been 7 to 10 days. Because that way, you could, the people who want to buy now might be willing to wait a week because they understand. They might not be willing to wait 2 weeks. So there's an optimal time frame. But what's absolutely wrong is setting the price at market value, so you're going to get multiple offers or below, and then taking the smartest buyers, actually, those are the ones that are ready, that make an offer that first day or 2. That is unlikely to lead to your best price, optimal time. Now, we're all talking probabilities, so it might happen, but the probabilities, it hurts your probabilities. It's a foolish method for the model. The model was supposed to start off high, come down, and have one price pop up. If you got 5 prices popping up, but it's the first day, how do you know those are the strongest buyers? How do you know that those are the ones that we're going to pay the most? What about this process encourages them to really want to pay the most? That actually, how do you say it? It pulls the anchor away from that listing price. What about that process did that? That process doesn't do that. Many times, buyers walk away, especially the strong ones who actually can close because they're saying, oh, now they want 5% more? That seller doesn't know what they're doing. I'm out. Okay. So that's one model. It works great for double siding the property, right? The buyers who are experienced know I need to be ready. I need to be pre-approved. I'm going to call that listing agent. I'm going to ask that listing agent to help me buy that property. If they're really smart, they're going to say, I'm going to ask that listing agent to only represent me. That doesn't happen as much. But maybe if you're a really strong buyer who will pay, maybe they'll do it. That's for my buyer's course. But let me just say, it's great for double siding properties. It's not so great for the seller. It doesn't assure the best thing. For instance, when I bought my home, I was in a multiple offer situation. This was 5 years ago in Poway. It was right after the houses started moving up in price and the buyers came. And Warren Buffett said something about, I wish I'd buy hundreds of homes if that was what he did. And BlackRock or Blackstone came out and did that, and all these other investment companies. Right as that was going on, I was looking to buy a home. And I was in a multiple offer situation. And I was like, look, I still wasn't convinced the market wouldn't roll over. I wanted to buy a home in a good school district near a golf course, but I was not convinced that I should pay up. I think we're always tentative. All buyers. I was really strong. I had a lot of money at the time. My short sale business did gangbusters. I can't even tell you how much I was making a month. I was selling homes like candy, and my wife was making good money. It does make good money. So we were more than qualified. My mortgage is so small, it's crazy. In fact, we're changing it to 15-year right now. It's that easy to accommodate. So we could be a much stronger buyer, but I wanted this house. I wasn't convinced the market was great forever. And, but I didn't want to overpay. So I was like, I need to get this information from the listing agent. So I went to Phil, a real estate agent in my office who's great at this. Nicest guy in the world. Everybody loves Phil. You should follow Phil on Facebook. He's also really good at posting funny things and introspective things. Well, things that make you be introspective. So anyway, he called up and said, John is very qualified. He's got a wife and kids. This is where they want to live. They want to be near the golf course. He's going to close. You're not going to be embarrassed. I realize this was a probate property. You're not going to these people aren't going to walk away. He's going to buy this house. You're going to close, but don't jerk him around on this. What is it going to take for him to buy the home? They asked me to go up $2,000. Now, I was thinking they were going to ask me to go up 20, and then I was going to think about it. I might have gone up 20, but with 2, I did it. Property closed. I think it was good for the seller. It was good for me. The seller didn't have to get that very bottom dollar out of me. I might have asked for more repairs. I might have walked away. That's a whole nother story. But the point was, the process that's set up is great for realtors double-siding it and for realtors to extract information that may not lead you to the optimal price. So what's a better method let's call this the traditional real estate method is a slow Dutch auction method with an opportunity to negotiate. It gets you good money, but it gets you a little bit above fair market value. What are the chances of selling faster, going way above market price, or giving you the flexibility to go out and buy another home? Well, that's the following model. And just because I don't want to, the lawyer in me doesn't want to close any doors, let me suggest 2 steps. This is the pre-MLS step, which you can also use on the MLS for a week and then go to traditional. But this is the pre-traditional method. 1, accept offers for 17 days. Get the property out there with a good price below Zillow, below therealtor.com. Just say these are starting offers. We're going to have a 7-day viewing period. We're going to sell the home on Sunday evening to the strongest buyer. For more information, click here. We'll talk about that more in the course. But you put this on Facebook, you put it on Zillow, you put it on Craigslist, and you do some local marketing. That means signs in the neighborhood. If you can do it, sign in front of the property. If you can do it, doesn't have to be a realtor sign. Just this home being sold this weekend to the strongest buyer. That's probably better than a realtor sign. So you've got all this going on. As people come to your house, you have your property pre-disclosed. We've already covered that in the disclosure model, right? You have homeowner's warranty ready. You say, look, we're buying the homeowner's warranty for you, so the appliances will be warranted. If you want to have, I would leave out options. Just say that. Say we had the property pre-inspected. These are the repairs we made and why. These are the repairs we found optional and didn't do and why. Just make a bid. We're going to talk to you Sunday night. You don't even have to fill out the contract. Here's a sample contract that we suggest we would use, but we're going to negotiate the terms with you on Monday if you're the strongest buyer. But for now, you just have to make a bid, take the sample contract with you. Do you want to work with a realtor? Have a little checkbox on the bid sheet? If they do, if so, how much do you want your buyer's realtor to be paid? That way you're going to net it out. Now, you could put this on the MLS. If you're working with me, we'll put it on the MLS like this. Some areas still probably are going to make you say it has to be an absolute auction if you're going to do it. This is a non-binding auction. It's not absolute. This model is fantastic. It changed. I have a story about why this all happened for me, because I was a for sale by owner 12 years ago. My realtor liked what I was doing. He said, the only thing we're going to do is we're going to market this property to the realtors. And back then you sort of had to, because the internet wasn't as good at this. And we're going to review all the offers on Sunday night. And I would still change the process. I chickened out because we had all the buyers working together at once. They went up way more than I was asking, and I didn't want to chase them away. And we picked the strongest buyers who I knew would close. It was fantastic. And that's what that 7-day period gives you time to talk about the offers when they come in. So you're ranking them and you're stacking them. But now the offers come in, you've talked to the people, you've stacked them. You find out if they can give you time to buy another property. Now, we talked about in our previous video, right? Now this is where it's coming in. You're stacking the buyers in during this week, and you're going to rank them in order. You're going to take the top 1 or 2 best sellers, the ones who are motivated and paying strong money. Maybe not the top dollar, but your most motivated ones, you're keeping them on the side. The other ones you're letting compete, you're going to say, you're the least offer. Right now, we have offers here. Do you want to beat those offers? If they say no, they're gone. But it was a transparent process. There was no negotiating realtor to realtor. There was no negotiating with your realtor to get the inside information so that they don't have to pay the most. And so you bring all these other offers up. And again, it's not binding on them. It's not binding on you. So it's easy to get them up because they haven't. You said, this is the sample contract. We'll be negotiating the terms. Even if you submit contracts, you're not signing the contract. We're going to negotiate terms with the strongest buyer on Sunday night or Monday. All right, so now you've got them all stacked up, and you still got these 2 strong ones beside. Now, if you can't choose them, pick one to do this and let them compete and see where they are. Now, this one that you love, that you know you're going to close, you have to decide what you're going to do. All right, I chickened out and said, let's sell my property, and I did. You might want to say, I want top dollar. I'm ready to go. I'd love to be that. This was in our course. We've got the sheets. We've got the marketing. We place it on Facebook. It's in our 7-day home sale course. You can go to winnerscheck.com course, or right now it is at winnerscheck.org. But if you want to go to the next video in this series where I'm talking about the marketing methods and how you select the best realtor or the best marketing methods, which may come with a realtor if you don't choose to do it yourself. We're going to talk about the marketing methods in the next course, but I guess the point of today's auction is today's methods are, there's the traditional slow Dutch auction with an offer to negotiate. There's the other auction, the hard, fast auction, the binding auction with a model I don't think anybody really likes. They're almost never legit that they're going to sell this off. They make the buyers think they're ready to buy that day, and the buyers might have to use a different contract. But those almost every time I've watched them, I've never seen the property sold with those auctions. I'm not a big fan of those auctions. I can do it with you, but why make it a binding auction? Put the pressure on the buyers. They're afraid to buy. Oh, the courthouse steps, that's a binding auction. But they're always looking for a discount on the courthouse steps. So it doesn't, as a seller, you don't want buyers to be afraid. You want them to be fully confident. You want to wipe out all their objections. They want to see the scarcity. They want to see the negotiation. They want to know the demand. They want to win. And you want to help them do it by wiping out their objections with this process, not by putting in the fear that what if I overpay in them? They're going to have their inspections. They're going to go through the regular sale process. So the non-binding auction converting to a regular sale process, that's the third method. That's the one I suggest. There's myriad ways to do it. I talk about the best ways in my course. But anyway, now, let's say you're going to work with a realtor and you are evaluating their marketing methods, or you're going to do it yourself and evaluating the marketing methods you're going to continue. That's in the next section. Then we're going to talk about discount to traditional models, and we're going to place the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, the Redfins, the Rexes, the HomeBays of the world in that course. I've already got videos on it, so I'm going to do a short one in this series and give you links to the stronger ones. Winnerscheck.com videos for the series. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.